Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're initiating a critical biological briefing specifically targeted for individuals over the age of 60. This isn't a casual health discussion, it's a serious, authoritative medical alert regarding your renal system. If you've been experiencing profound fatigue, waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom, or noticing foamy urine in the morning, your body is sounding an internal alarm. Today, we are transforming clinical nephrology data into exact, step-by-step biological protocols. We'll detail the precise nutritional interventions required to defend your kidneys, stabilize your filtration rates, and prevent irreversible decline. Your immediate attention to this explainer is absolutely paramount. Let's begin by establishing the clinical baseline of your renal function. The metric of 0.7 to 1.2 milligrams per deciliter represents the normal adult range for creatinine. You see, creatinine is a continuous biological waste product generated naturally when your muscles break down creatine for energy. In a healthy system, your kidneys effortlessly filter this toxin out of your bloodstream and excrete it. However, if your laboratory reports indicate a rising number above this precise threshold, it is an urgent clinical signal. It means your kidney's filtration system is actively failing and toxic waste is silently accumulating in your blood. So, the crucial point is, once a nephron is damaged beyond repair, it cannot regenerate. We literally have to confront this chilling biological reality. Unlike your liver or your skin, the kidneys are one of the very few organ systems in the human body entirely incapable of rebuilding their microscopic functional units. Once a nephron is destroyed, it's permanently gone. And here's the compounding problem. Every single nephron you lose immediately shifts the metabolic burden onto the remaining ones, accelerating their exhaustion and collapse. We are operating with a finite, non-renewable physiological resource. This brings us directly to the root of the physiological crisis, nephron damage. This irreversible destruction is primarily driven by two relentless forces: unmitigated oxidative stress and systemic inflammation. Imagine free radicals as microscopic shrapnel continuously bombarding your delicate renal tissue. Without immediate, targeted dietary intervention to neutralize this oxidative stress, a destructive inflammatory cascade accelerates. Over time, this unchecked inflammation physically ravages the kidney tissue, inevitably driving the patient toward end-stage renal failure. To combat this destruction, we must deploy highly targeted nutritional defenses, starting with the precise clinical profiles of cauliflower and red cabbage. For a compromised senior kidney, heavy potassium and phosphorus loads are actively dangerous. High potassium triggers a condition called hyperkalemia, which can cause severe muscle weakness and life-threatening heart rhythm disruptions. Simultaneously, excess phosphorus pulls calcium directly from your skeleton, severely weakening your bones while calcifying your blood vessels. The exceptionally low mineral profile of these two vegetables provides an absolute, safe nutritional defense without adding a dangerous metabolic burden to your failing filters. Okay, let's dive into the underlying chemistry here, because it's essential. Red cabbage delivers a massive dose of anthocyanins, the pigments providing its deep color, while cauliflower supplies highly potent glucosinolates. These aren't merely basic vitamins, they are active biological agents. When metabolized, they physically interrupt renal inflammation and neutralize oxidative stress right at the cellular level. By deliberately inhibiting the inflammatory pathways, they actively combat the tissue damage that attempts to scar over your remaining healthy kidney structure. However, this defense is instantly destroyed if you overboil these vegetables into mush. They must be consumed raw or very lightly steamed to preserve their chemical integrity. Let's move to how this builds our broader clinical defense strategy against proteinuria. This is the dangerous leaking of excess protein into the urine. If you observe foamy urine, your renal filtration barrier is actively compromised. It's structurally failing and leaking. And make no mistake, this is an independent risk factor for rapid disease progression. Cauliflower contains a high concentration of choline, a B vitamin-like nutrient. Emerging clinical research demonstrates that choline actively helps stabilize the structural integrity of this failing filtration barrier, systematically working to slow the leakage and protect the nephron walls. We must also address the insidious, microscopic threat of myofibroblasts. These are the specific, localized cells responsible for renal fibrosis. When a kidney is under chronic systemic stress, such as high blood pressure or uncontrolled diabetes, these cells activate. They effectively strangle your remaining healthy, functional kidney tissue with dense, permanent scar material. Left unchecked, this fibrotic takeover progressively chokes the organ, which is precisely the mechanism that pushes a patient into end-stage kidney failure. We must introduce a targeted, anti-fibrotic biological intervention immediately. That powerful intervention is fresh garlic, but it requires a strict, non-negotiable biological protocol to be effective. Step 1. You must crush or finely chop fresh cloves to break the cell walls. Step 2. You must let it rest for exactly 10 minutes at room temperature. Step 3. Only then do you apply it to heat. This precise 10-minute resting period is a clinical mandate. It allows two internal compounds to react and synthesize allicin, the powerful antifibrotic, anti-inflammatory agent that directly inhibits those dangerous myofibroblasts and lowers blood pressure. Throwing garlic directly into a hot pan instantly destroys the activating enzyme, nullifying its medical benefit entirely. Now, what's really interesting about these numbers is the stark clinical contrast between red bell peppers and tomatoes. Both are extremely high in lycopene, an antioxidant strictly vital for cardiovascular protection. This is critical, as cardiovascular disease is highly prevalent and exceptionally dangerous for kidney patients. However, look at the precise potassium load. Tomatoes deliver a dangerous 400 plus milligrams per serving, whereas red bell peppers offer the exact same lycopene cardiovascular protection at a highly reduced kidney-safe potassium cost of just 250 milligrams. It's a tactically superior precision vegetable. Red bell peppers also deliver roughly 190 milligrams of whole food dietary vitamin C per pepper. We have to clearly separate this from high-dose synthetic supplements, the ones in the 1,000 milligram range, which can dangerously trigger kidney stones in compromised patients. This precise food-based dosage is critical. It acts as a targeted, water-soluble antioxidant that strictly protects the delicate endothelial cells lining your renal blood vessels. Furthermore, the fiber from the raw pepper directly feeds beneficial bacteria, regulating the vital gut-kidney axis and actively preventing the intestinal absorption of uremic toxins that would otherwise further poison the kidneys. Let's look at asparagus next, which contains two highly specific, medically crucial components, preformed glutathione and folate. Glutathione is one of human biology's most potent internal antioxidants, offering direct, raw cellular defense against toxin-induced damage in the kidney. Simultaneously, the folate acts as a foundational raw material for red blood cell production. Because failing kidneys slowly stop producing the EPO hormone necessary to signal blood generation, patients consistently suffer from severe, debilitating anemia. Asparagus also acts as a gentle, natural diuretic, actively assisting a struggling kidney in vital waste excretion and fluid management. And this brilliantly illustrates a severe, often fatal dietary misunderstanding regarding whole vegetables versus blended smoothies. The mechanical blending process physically destroys the plant fiber structure. For a senior with compromised kidney function, consuming a green smoothie delivers a massive, unbuffered payload of potassium directly into the bloodstream in a matter of minutes. The rate of delivery matters immensely. Intact fiber slows absorption. Bypassing this with a smoothie causes a rapid, potentially lethal spike in potassium that can instantly overwhelm a damaged kidney's excretion capacity. This brings us to a critical list of severe, hidden dietary dangers that will actively nullify everything we've discussed today. First, consuming unlimited healthy greens like spinach results in massive, dangerous oxalate and potassium overload. Second, as we just established, blended green smoothies cause lethal potassium spikes. Third, hidden dietary sodium places immediate crushing stress on the cardiovascular system. Fourth, underhydrating due to nocturia, the fear of nighttime urination, dangerously concentrates toxic waste products in your blood. And fifth, executing any of these dietary shifts without your nephrologist monitoring. These are strict clinical mistakes that trigger severe adverse medical events. Regarding that hidden sodium, I need your absolute attention on this metric, 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams. This is your strict maximum daily sodium limit. The standard general health guidelines published for the average adult, often cited around 2,300 milligrams, are actively and profoundly dangerous for compromised senior kidneys. Excess sodium chemically forces your body to retain fluid, severely spiking your blood pressure and physically crushing the remaining microscopic filtration units we are trying so desperately to preserve. You literally must eliminate garlic salt, soy sauce, and seasoned salt entirely. So, it all comes down to the ultimate uncompromising reality of your renal health. Are your daily habits actively protecting your nephrons or silently accelerating their destruction? For individuals over 60 managing elevated creatinine or declining filtration, every single dietary choice is a profound medical decision. The biological protocols we've detailed in this explainer are not casual suggestions. They are serious, life-saving interventions. Take this information, print out a list of your exact dietary habits, consult immediately with your nephrologist, and implement these critical defenses before your nephron damage becomes entirely irreversible.